was talking to a buddy of mine's, and he's the guy who, every time you went to visit him, he would just bombard you with massive amounts of information from QAnon and all the Twitter feeds that are heavy in his bubble, in his circle. And talking to this man, I had to tell him. I says, dude, when I watch you go down the stairs, I said, you were hopping down the stairs, and I said that brought joy to me, because it wasn't so long ago that you needed to get a pacemaker. And I said, that's joy, but yet you're full of all this sorrow. He's talking about the trucker strike. He's talking about all these things that are going on in the world, and he's very upset. He's like, you need to understand what the world is coming to. It's going to end. The world is going to end. And I was just like, the world is not going to end. And he's telling me about what's going on in Germany, and he's telling me what's going on in Australia. And I let him, I gave him 20 minutes of all that. He's giving it to me. I'm like, wow, okay. Why are you losing your mind off of this? And he says, it's going to happen here. And I said, well, it's not going to happen here yet, because they have to test it out on unarmed people. They want to test this out on people with just like hunting rifles. And they know everyone who has a hunting rifle. So they go to their homes first. And they come heavy with they come in with a tank. And they might drop a helicopter down on you. Whoa. It's like the most amazing burnt car right there. Gotta go back. Gotta go back. Sorry, y'all. I have to go back. You gotta see this. Look at this. Was I supposed to make that U-turn? According to the sign right there, no, I was not. But I think you all that are watching can appreciate that I just made that illegal U-turn to get you that footage. So, am I a rule breaker? Am I a rule breaker? Am I someone that doesn't follow direction, who can't be tamed to some degree? Oh, look at that. Woo. God bless America. That's what I say every time I see that Corvette, man. I mean, that is an American marvel. But anyway, I digress from that. Totally distracted. But I got distracted for you all. The title of this was, Can My Thoughts Be Monetized? Because once you go over 1,000 subscribers, like basically apply to be monetized. And I just always want to stay under the radar. I enjoy that. I enjoy the small amount of people that get to see me, hear what I have to say. But now that I have a 2,000 subscribers, now today I think it was 2,050 subscribers, I'm starting to say to myself, maybe I should be monetized. The capitalist that I am, says, hey, you didn't do it for the 1,000, you didn't do it for the 2,000, so maybe it's time to get monetized. The things that I said to my buddy earlier today, could I say that on a platform like this and be monetized? Or will I then, what's the word? Like, would I get deplatformed? Someone would say, just censor yourself. You don't have to, say everything you want to say. I'm sure you're censoring yourself now and many times in many videos. And I would have to say, yeah, you're right. I do watch what I say. I do think about what I'm saying. I do find myself making sure that I play the game to some degree. You might ask where all these people going and coming from. And what they're doing is they're visiting this park. They're visiting this man-made park where, of course, all the trees were brought in. Like almost all the trees you see. There we go. I think that's a better focus. So I'm talking with my friend, and he's going on and on and on about how if the truckers go on strike, we won't be able to recover for a year and a half. And how people are suffering, go hungry. How are people going to pay to get over? He says that if they want to pass a law that says you cannot travel from one state to the other without being vaccinated. And he says that it doesn't even matter if you have, he says something really interesting. He says that they don't even care if you don't get vaccinated. He was just like, that's not the plan, to vaccinate and kill people. Or track people through the vaccination. He says that they want to track you through the vaccination by having all your information from your phone, because you have to log in, and this, you now have a number, and this number identifies you. It's like the new identification, and this number is going to identify you as, well, he didn't say that. He just said, yeah, they're going to track you through your phones now. They're going to have all your information. And I was like, oh, okay. So my now, because God forbid I try to say a word, he won't let me speak. He's just nonstop. So I took that to mean that Like, just think about this. Just think about this reality that we live in, and if possibly this is some sort of simulation, and possibly this is, um, like, in other words, you saw that burnt up car that was in that area right there. Like, it's for me, it's a stage. This is for when the tourists are driving by. They're gonna take a picture. They're gonna show you how dangerous and crazy New York is. But there's no that doesn't exist in a reality of reality when you break it down. That's like, did a car get put on fire and then graffiti put on it, and it's a stage. This city, I keep telling you over and over again, it's a stage. So my buddy is like, he said something interesting that led me to believe that if this world is truly a stage, then that makes all the sense in the world. That, like, could there be some sort of program, like a program that we're following this program, and maybe in, like, how you constantly need to update your phone, this reality that we're in, it needs to be updated to some degree as well. This reality that we're in needs its maintenance to some degree, and this shot is a way of kind of figuring out where everyone is and where everyone, truly get a handle on it, whereas Facebook didn't quite do it enough. And now this shot, so that's where my mind went with it. Like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. Like, that's nothing but a vitamin B12 they're hitting you with. What they really want you to do is sign this paper, get this tracking number, and for wherever you go, this is who you are, and this represents you. So we're going to let even criminals who are in jail, we need it so bad, we're going to even let them, have conjugal visits. We're going to give people burgers and fries, $100. Now, if you work for corrections, you will get $500 now. So my whole point is that this guy's probably right. This is probably the system needing the data of who we are. There are too many people in the cracks and the crevices. There are too many outliers. Ooh, that's the first time I got to use that word. Too many outliers out here, and they need to have everyone documented. Oh, I love that. But as I was leaving, my friend, I say to him, he says, what do you think is going to happen? And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. And he was just like, yo, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get nasty. It's going to this and that. And right? This is what he's telling me. And I'm telling him, I'm like, so what are you going to do? You want to live forever? And he was like, I'm not going down on my knees. He gets real patriotic. He's not going down on his knees. He's not going out like that. So I go, hey, they only testing out these other countries because they know that we're the last of the armed people. Well, Russia is armed. All those citizens pretty much have guns too. But here in America, we got some serious firepower, and they need to really see what's going to happen in these other countries, how they're going to respond, to get like a handle on it, to get an idea of it. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I kind of switched it with all this, like, making U-turns and now bumping into a major amount of traffic that I didn't intend on doing. Wish I could just back out of this. I got an idea. So now, what I'm telling you is that was pretty brilliant what he said. And what I had jokingly said was, are you ready to go to war? And he was like, I'm not going down on my knees. And I was like, okay, well, you don't, who wants to live forever anyway? And I was like, yo, could I say stuff like this and get monetized? Is this monetizable to have this conversation that I had with my friend? It led to a few other directions, but the base of the question is to talk about how we are the ones that have, that's a hand chair back there. Still didn't make it to storage. Not that I didn't make it to storage. I was supposed to go, I think, Friday or something. Has it been here since Friday? Maybe Tuesday. Whatever. But I'll get it done. So, how do we... Can I speak about stuff like this and get monetized? I don't know. I have no idea. Monetize and get paid. Well, I'm flattered by that. Thank you. That sounds cool. Double speed, 2 top. I'm gonna do it. I think 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 so. Being monetized. You know, there's so many people that say the things that I say, and they brag about how they're not monetized. You know, it's like in this, arguably it's called like the truther community. So if you're in the truther community, the truther community. So if you're in the truther community, then, you know, the whole thing was how you don't take any money because it's supposed to be, you're supposed to give away this kind of waking of the people. Like somebody might see this video and see that car just out of nowhere, which let me tell you, I drive down these roads every day. When did that happen? It's happened in the last 2 days. Was it on the news and there was a bunch of people yelling and screaming and protesting? Probably. I have no idea because I don't watch that crap. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that. So, New Yorkers stay. I can't even read that. Truther. Yeah, truther. Yeah, fur. Okay. Truther. You're a truther over there. This guy thinks he's a truther coming over here talking to me about what I'm doing. Forget about it. So, I don't know. I think I should get monetized, maybe. Oh, I dyed the beard. I went with that, I didn't go with that jet black that I do whenever I do dye it. I went with a lighter brown. And to me, this looks so much more natural and it feels softer. That other jet black was like very Brillo. Felt like plastic, my hair. This feels like hair. Thank you for tuning in to this little channel on YouTube who is considering being monetized and is truly wondering, could I speak like this? Boom. Hope so. And before I forget, and I'm not going to forget, I love you.